Okay, if you work in SAP, you know that heart-stopping moment. You release a transport and instant regret. But what if I told you there's a fix? In this explainer, we're going to walk through a simple program that's an absolute lifesaver for that sinking feeling. So be honest, have you ever done this? Released an SAP transport just a little too soon. Maybe it's a finger slip, a split-second distraction, and then boom, it's gone. That moment of pure panic? Yeah, we've all been there. And that leads us right into our first section, the accidental release. We're calling this that sinking feeling because it is just so universal. It's that awful immediate wave of, oh no, that just washes over you the second you realize what you've done. And it happens for so many reasons, right? Maybe you accidentally included the wrong object or you completely forgot about a critical dependency. Sometimes it gets released just before that one final crucial test, or let's be real, it was just a simple misclick. It is an incredibly common mistake. Which brings us to a really big point, what I'm calling the irreversible myth. For the longest time, the common wisdom was that once the transport is released, that's it. It's locked in, it's final. Game over. But the question is it really? And check this out, this quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head. It says, I have assumption that once we release TR, we cannot revert TR to modifiable, but that was wrong. That one sentence right there, that is the exact myth we are about to bust wide open. So let's get to the good stuff. Section 3, SAP's hidden fix. See, deep within the system, SAP has actually provided a tool for this exact scenario. A standard program that can, and I mean this, quite literally save the day. And that program is RDDIT-076. You're going to want to remember that name. This little program is the key that unlocks the entire solution. So what exactly is it? Well, RDD-706 is a standard SAP program, and its whole purpose in life is to change the status of transport requests. Its superpower is its ability to take a released status and flip it right back to modifiable. Okay, on to Section 4, and this is probably the part you've been waiting for, the 4-step reversal. We're going to walk through exactly how to take a transport from released all the way back to modifiable. So here's what's really going on. We are simply changing a flag in the system tables. That's it. We're taking the status from R for released, and we're changing it to D for modifiable. It really is that straightforward. Here's the whole process at a glance. It is just 4 simple steps. First, you run the program in transaction SE38. Second, you enter your transport number. Third, you edit that little status flag from R to D. And finally, you save and verify your work in SE01. Let's break each one down. Okay, step 1 is as simple as it sounds. You just navigate to transaction SE38, you type in the program name, again, that's RDDIT-076, and you hit execute. Next up, for step 2, the program is going to ask you for the transport request number or the specific task number that you need to fix. Just enter it into the field and execute again. Easy peasy. Now for the magic, step 3. On the next screen, you'll see your transport listed with the status R. You simply double-click on that R, change it to a D, and then hit Save. This is the most critical part of the whole process. And finally, step 4, verification. You got to check your work, right? So just go back to your transport organizer, transaction SE01, display your transport request, and you should see it's now back in a modifiable, unreleased status. Boom, success. Which brings us to our final section. Your new superpower. Because that's what this is. This isn't just a technical trick. Knowing this process is about taking back control when things go wrong and having the confidence to fix it. The takeaway from all of this is simple, but it's really powerful. It's just one program, but it means zero panic. You now have the tool to turn a potential disaster into, just a minor inconvenience. So let's quickly recap what we've learned. The biggest point, a release transport is not irreversible. The program RDDT-076 is your key. The process is a straightforward 4-step change, and most importantly, you can now fix this common mistake with total confidence. And that leaves us with one final thought. Knowing this solution exists, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other impossible tasks in SAP might have a simple, hidden fix just waiting to be discovered?